What they do, man? It's your boy 2 Cup, Shawty Q Smith, and always your boy.
Always it's your boy.
Another episode of Right Here Live, Little Legit, man. Gotta hit y'all with some of these updates, man. Now, as far as the entertainment goes, our boy, Griner was denied bail once again, man. On July 7th, Thursday, during a virtual court appearance, Griner was reported denied bond again, man. And this sweeping 56-count RICO indictment against Young Thug. Now, they also tried to add on other allegations that went on this past week. They said that the Atlanta rap star was had something to do with a guard smuggling drugs. Now, she was, I ain't gonna say caught. I'll say this: she was caught red-handed with the drugs. Dropped the drugs and hit the dough. You dig? So she had drugs that they confiscated was marijuana and cocaine, and it was a lot. I'm trying to see how she got all that. And she took off, man. She dropped and took off. Now she been on the run for a month, and they finally got her in Mississippi, man. Now, they said that it was a list inside of the drug packaging that had every inmate's name on there, which each drug was supposed to be delivered to. They say my boy Connor was on the list. But, however, defense team, they denied all allegations. Man, it's crazy. However, the bond is still expected to remain until January 2023. Free my dogs. Free my dogs.
When you doing stuff like having drugs delivered to your dog, that ain't helping your case at all.
Free my dogs.
So, yeah, your boy gonna probably sit there, and it ain't, it's kind of hard to go back and ask for the judge to change the bond requirements, and then you got somebody actively trying to deliver drugs to you while you're behind bars.
Well, I disagree, only because once again in the judicial system, in the courtroom, the purpose of all this is to have substantial evidence.
His name was on the list of people who were supposed to receive drugs. It seems like substantial evidence to you.
Not really.
That seems like evidence to me.
Because anybody could have. What Gunna has to do with somebody writing his name on a list full of drugs? What do Gunna or YSL and Thug, as they is trying to keep accusing them of people being attacked because they're locked up? That is not substantial evidence. I did not. Do you have me on video? Do you have me on audio saying, hey, go hit them, go get them. Hey, bring me this to my cell.
If they can tie, they probably got a big board. I'm sure in the Atlanta Police Department, one of the stations, with Thug's face, and then they got strings connected. You see it on the movies with all these different pictures. Right, and then they got some strings coming off that, so it's making a big giant spider web, right? Then they probably got witnesses sitting out here, and these people and that people, and as people come up here, if they can connect the string, they like, yep, it's gonna tie back.
Let me tell you about the string, my friend. The string is all, I'm talking about goody two shoes. It is all good. You can string, but after each of those strings, the string is great, but it's not substantial. Whenever you have a string, the law enforcement agencies, the detectives, what they're doing with this string, and if you go look in the case of these strings, out of all those people that's listed, they need one of three things for it to be considered substantial evidence. That's A, video, B, audio, or C, a witness testifying, admitting to the crimes and admitting to being involved in getting the head guy.
That's the point. If witnesses are coming up threatened or witnesses are being harmed, then that is immediately gonna tie back. That goes back to the mob. This is mob stuff. You don't think that they have a way to prosecute around this? That they can tie stuff back to you and you still getting hit with or without a witness? OJ stood up for a whole murder trial, and there was not one witness there at the house. They can still tie stuff back to you.
They can tie it, but once again, that's because tying, my guys, my friends, is that's when you get the word allegedly. aka allegations. So you can tie it together. That's what calls allegations. But you have to prove it. So therefore, once again, you need one of those threes. So somebody will have to come to court on the stand under oath and testify and say, yes, you just can't go off a list of paper with rights. The judge himself could have did. Anybody, that's just like planting drugs on somebody in a normal traffic stop. You have
maybe it was planned.
That's what I'm saying.
Fact remains that the only thing that the judge knows, right? Because the judge is not in the prison. So when Gunner's attorneys filed a petition to get bond, right? The prosecutor is going to come up with, well, judge, here's the reasons why he shouldn't get bond, including someone trying to deliver drugs with his name on the paper. And the judge is going to look at this, and be like, yeah.
Well, no, he should. If he's a good judge, he shouldn't look at that and look at this. He should say, okay, so how can we prove that, even though his name is on the list, how can we prove that he ordered the drugs? How can we prove that? Because I know, for all I know as a judge, right, me speaking as a judge, for all I know, somebody got a kid out on this man, or it might even be somebody within the prosecutors that's charging him that could sit there and get someone to bring drugs in and write his name down on the list. It goes both.
What fairy tale are you living in,
bro?
Man?
That's not a
That's
fairy
not how the
tale. Okay.
Works.
It is. Let me tell you another story. Let me tell you another story that because you are uneducated on the situation, my friend. They actually got young thugs, and this is why it's looking not so good. But they once again have to prove it. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Is it against the law or can you have a cell phone in jail as an inmate? Yes or no?
No.
You can't, can you?
You can't.
Okay. So let me show you how this worked, my boy. They brought Thug in because they was able to get a recorded conversation of him outside the jail with the inmate inside the jail. The inmate initiated the phone call to Thug outside the jail to get him to speak in codes on what he's being accused of. So once again, if inmates cannot have phones, as you just said, in jail, how did he get this phone when they already know he's affiliated with the case? He's being stripped, 24-hour lockdown. How did he get a phone? Now, a question was asked to law enforcement, the same question I just asked you, and they said no. And they was like, well, if that's the case and y'all doing protocol and everything's being shook down and y'all make sure these people don't have cell phones, how's it that man got a cell phone? Is it fair for me to say that the law enforcement gave him the phone so you guys could get that? So yeah,
same
that's
thing.
what I'm trying to say, my boy.
Nope.
What kind of fairy tale is you living in? Y'all see what I'm saying?
Wait. You just hold on. So you just said an inmate had a cell phone, contacted young Thug, who at the time was out, talked to him about certain things, got him to admit to certain incriminating things on this phone call, right? While it was being tracked by law enforcement, correct? But then out of the same breath, you tell me they don't have no evidence. Sounds to me like they have plenty of evidence.
Yeah. I said that, and I not go back off what I said because
So-
the reason being, if they had substantial evidence, why that hearing after hearing, this stuff has not been brought up yet because they're still trying to work and get what they got is not good enough.
Which leads me to my unpopular opinion that they are exactly where they need to be, and that's where they will remain. Thank you.
You said
Case
that.
closed. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk. I really appreciate it. Camera A, B, and C, I appreciate y'all coming to my TED Talk.
You see what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
gotta have substantial evidence. Clearly, the substantial evidence don't uphold as of now. That's why. Why you think if it was that juicy and that good, they would. Let's not wait till the top of the year. Let's get this case started now. I got all the far facts. Matter of fact, we'll give it a few months. Let's get it because they're still trying to build their case.
Yes,
their case is not strong enough.
No. But the prosecutor just can't say, okay, let's move it to trial now. No, because they have defense attorneys who's working as well, and the prosecutor is not finna reveal every piece of evidence that they have Now, so they can give the defense attorney a chance to counter that evidence. No, some stuff they're gonna hold. Some stuff.
Why are you countering? Why are you worried about being countered if you got all the evidence in the world, my boy?
Some stuff the defense is not gonna see until they get the trial.
So I'm saying
this is typically how this
sounds
stuff
like
works.
excuses to me, man.
No, it sounds like the justice system. It sounds like
their case is not strong enough.
It sounds like a prosecutor being a prosecutor. That's how it works. They're not gonna reveal everything until it gets to trial, man.
Yeah,
that's how that works. No, it sounds to me like they have evidence on them. And
not good enough to stick, though.
Oh, we're gonna see.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
I cannot wait.
It ain't looking too good for your boys, though. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna say it's looking real good
for
man.
your boys.
And look, this another reason why it's looking too good. They keep denying bail because they know if they lose this case, they can feel good going home saying we at least had them do 6 months. We at least had them. That's the whole thing why they being, okay, yeah, they still building their case, of course, but they're trying to, because the prosecutors don't have enough substantial evidence. The defense is killing them in the courtroom every time.
How?
So they killing them with the evidence.
If that don't make no sense. If the defense is killing them in the courtroom, them boys will be on the street now.
So
clearly they're not killing them.
Clearly
in the courtroom.
you just not hearing me.
Clearly you don't know what you're talking about.
Clearly I just said they're going to feel good at night knowing when they beat the case that we at least got the whole damn 6 months.
You just stated that the defense is killing them in the courtroom, but them boys have been in jail since they got arrested. If the defense is killing in the courtroom, they'll be at home sleeping in their beds.
I just told you.
Clearly the defense ain't killing nothing. Clearly the defense is killing nothing.
I just told you they're keep denying bail because they don't want to let these boys go scotch free. If I know y'all for scotch free, I'm finna make y'all wait because you ain't never been through it. Cause I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you how it works. My boy saying, listen here, just like you can go to jail on some regular stuff. They can be so mean knowing that you scotch free. They'll put you in a holding cell for 2 or 3 days, knowing that you're supposed to get prosecuted to this something you don't know. This something they supposed to put, as soon as you get booked, they go in the holding cell for, man, it's supposed, if it ain't a lot of inmates in front of you, the progression to go from holding to back, like that wait time, turnaround time is supposed to be less than 15 minutes. They will hold you 2 to 3, 4, 5 days in a holding cell, just not to process you in the back, because they know as soon as you get processed, the paperwork has to go to the front for you to get released. Well, the longer as I hold you, you can't get to that next step, my boy. That's what they are holding them to the top of the year, because if they lose all of this, they can say to themselves, well, at least we kept them off the street for 6 months. That's the best we could have did.
You're still not making sense, though.
In your world, but
you just said, well, the prosecution is losing, but it looks like the prosecution is winning because they're still behind bars.
Are you not understanding?
Not making sense to me,
bro. Okay, if I know that you can get out right now scotch free, the judge is saying, because all this is based on the judge right now. He can get a bond out, but he's with the prosecutors because he's saying, bruh, I don't want these boys to get out. I really want these boys to be guilty.
Why would the judge have any kind of bias? Well, I don't know. Why would anybody have that bias against Young Thug and Gunna?
Receiving death threats, not only to them, receiving death threats to their family, receiving death threats to their kids. There's a lot of reasons. These people are human at the end of the day now, my boy.
So is that the reason that they're not getting bond? Because they're receiving death threats? The prosecution is receiving death threats. So, once again, on that whiteboard in the Atlanta Police Department, they're tracking, they're tracing, they're running strings. They like, let's tie this to this, blah, 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 blah. This goes blah. Trust me, old girl that just got popped in Mississippi, her picture up there. They trace her, that so-and-so girlfriend, and traces back to here, traces back to there. It all comes back to YSL. Boy, that is why these boys are still sitting in jail.
You can trace till your head turn around. Yeah, I'm talking about back to the front, to the front to the back. If you don't have substantial evidence, you can have the longest string in the U.S.
You just admitted that they got substantial evidence on Young Thug.
No, they had enough evidence to bring them in.
You just said they got him on tape discussing YSL business. That's substantial, my boy.
I mean,
that is substantial, dog. That's enough to bring down the house.
But no.
You said that.
No,
I knew nothing about that.
Yes,
You just said that.
I just said they got them on phone talking in
code
codes.
about YSL business. You said that.
So
that is substantial, my
if
friend.
I say
that is a audio recording. You best believe that they will hit play in court, and that's gonna be played.
Okay, so if I say Trey 5 on the phone to my dog on the inside,
I don't know.
So they don't know.
So
they don't know.
Bullshit. They know. They know.
Prove
they
it.
know
Prove
codes,
it.
bro.
Prove it.
Are you serious?
Prove it. Because,
are you freaking
because
serious?
when I
they know codes. Don't get it twisted.
Because when
don't get it twisted,
if I say Trey 5,
don't get it twisted.
They know. They know
codes. They know codes.
Coming up in the hood where I'm from,
you
be like, boy, we grew up saying Trey 5, jokingly every day. Everybody in the hood know what Trey 5 mean. Trey 5 mean rub your stomach and tap your head at the same time. That's what our reference meaning of Trey 5.
Bruh.
So what you're going to tell me is basically you're going to use words out my mouth for my attempt, what I mean to use, and turn them around to make me, you can't, that's not substantial.
That's exactly what the Atlanta Police Department,
2 plus 2 is 4.
Atlanta Police Department, they have the big gang Bible. Birmingham got one too. I remember this from back in the day. They have a gang Bible, and it's gangs, it's lingo, it's knowledge, it's everything they can learn about every street organization within the city.
Try again, my friend.
That they can learn.
Try again, my friend. Try again, my friend.
If they're using lingo, you best believe those detectives know the lingo. They can sort through that stuff. You think, oh, this language is coded. That shit ain't coded.
Coded, my boy.
They know.
I say jump rope. So what you mean to tell me you ain't outside jump roping?
Okay.
That's how the gang goes.
Think that if you want to.
That's how the prove it.
Bro.
Prove it.
There has been a recent case where this girl got locked up off emojis. So just because you say something don't mean they can't decipher what you mean and prosecute you still for your intent. Dog.
That's called wrongly accused. Yeah, they've been going on through the history of.
Bro.
Bro. It's called wrongly. It's called wrongfully accused.
I
can't say.
Clearly, we're not getting anywhere. So
basically, I can say a word out my mouth, but you gonna tell me what I said? What I mean? What I said?
Depending on what you said.
Who are you to tell me?
Depending on what you
Who
said.
are you to tell me what I mean when I say it?
Because the streets have a meaning for that. So if you say that, and we can tie that back to the street code, yeah, you can be prosecuted for that, my boy.
Cause I said headphones.
And if headphone means meet me at the Sitco for this drop, and you told her
who said that mean that?
If the street code
who said that
means
mean that?
If the street code for headphone mean meet me at the Sitco for this drop, right?
Who said
if you say that on the phone call, headphone, you already tied up in drug stuff, headphone.
Who says that mean that though? Google
police department is gonna be like,
Google it. I said headphone.
He said headphone. Then 30 minutes later, we got him on surveillance at the Sitco. Yeah, we're gonna tie this together.
Did y'all see that? Oh, I told y'all to cut with it, man. I do this for real, man. Then y'all just hear your boy. I said you need one of 3 things, and guess what this man said? One of 3 things. If I got him on video surveillance. That's how you go down. That's how you go down. If I got you on video surveillance, that's how you go down. I just told y'all.
Somebody help me.
And come back around.
Listen here.
That man said if
somebody
you
help me.
one or 3
listen
things.
Here.
Look what he
listen
said.
Here.
One or 3.
Hold on. I need you to rewind about 5, maybe 10 minutes ago when 2 Cup just said out of his own mouth they got Young Thug on audio recordings discussing YSL business. In my honest opinion, that is, in his words, substantial evidence.
And in my honest opinion,
what are we talking about
in
here?
my honest opinion, why am I listening to them? I'm listening to the topic of discussion, which is, hey, we got Young Thug on. That's what they said. Listen? Who even know that Thug said that?
But
this is what they just like him saying.
You just said that though.
That
came out of your once again. I knew nothing about that. That came out of your mouth. You said that. So hold on. No. You as a proponent, you fighting for these boys. Out of your mouth, you said they have Young Thug on the audio recording. whether it was set up by the police or not, they got him tapped on an audio recording discussing YSL business. That came out of your mouth.
Exactly. So let me tell you how the courtroom works. You have to pipe down because you're gonna lose early. All that aggression. It's about brilliance. So listen, I just brought him to that. He just said, I said that. I said, yeah, I did. I said that so I can break you down. Now, I just said, they said that they called him on da-da-da. Just like the list. They could have wrote gun name on the, I said that to break you down. Now, you said you caught him saying headphones. So I broke it down to say, hey, my boy, we grew up since the age of 3. Headphones mean we put headphones on, we finna go in the booth and record. And then you got to talk about a Bible and all this stuff, talking about some slang. And boy, headphones, where I'm from, Google it. Headphones mean you got a pair of headphones.
The gang Bible,
man. Come on,
most cities, most mid to major cities, police departments have a gang Bible. Now, they may call it something different, but in this Bible, it is a list of the street gangs, members of the street gangs, identifying marks, tattoos, what the signs means, the handshakes, the lingos. Every mid to major city that has a violence problem has this book. In LA, it might be a room full of multiple books. In a place like Birmingham, it might be 2 books. It depends on the size of the city. If you go to one of these country cities like Demopolis, they may not have one. They don't have a need for it. But every city has one. So that's what I'm saying. So you think, or people on the street thinks, talking in coded language, you're getting around the police, but you're not. No, because you know why? Snitches do exist. They're gonna give it up.
Once again, guys. All you gotta do is just let them talk. I'm telling you, all you have to do is just let them talk, and it brings my point back. This is what we call substantial evidence. If you listen to 2 Cup, this man has been found guilty twice. And I'm talking about less than 5 minutes. I just said 1 of 3 things. Rewind the clip what he said, sit go, video footage, surveillance. Now rewind it back 3 seconds later, he just said they're going to snitch. That third thing, which you'll see, I said a testimony. Somebody had to come in the courtroom, go under oath, and testify. That's what we call a snitch. So yes, it's got to be, listen to me, it has to be 1 of 3 things: video, audio, or a testimony on behalf of an eyewitness.
And you don't know what they got. You have no idea
who got
what the prosecutors have until that day comes. You won't know.
Yeah, well,
they ain't gonna reveal everything they got.
I mean, it's getting Doyle versus Sharp because get what, D-boy. Yes, it is. Cause get what, D-boy
still in jail.
Yeah, only up until January. That's why I told you they're gonna go home and say at least I had him for 6 months. Cause now D-boy locked up. So everything even more. Look, you could have been getting more evidence.
They're not going home in January. They're not going home in January.
Why? How you know? January ain't came.
Because in January, all they're gonna do, they gotta go back to the judge. That's what January is for. Yeah. January is not saying, well, you're gonna go home in January. No, January is saying, y'all gonna come back to me in January.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell y'all yes or no. I'm gonna tell you yes or no.
The other side's gonna present their case, and it's a possibility, unpopular opinion, they're gonna remain exactly where they need
January to be. Is the official release date these boys gonna get out right here.
Because
guess what they did? They didn't hold it longer than January. That's what they messed up at. And they'll sit down for 6 months. They didn't hold it out longer than January. So this is the final yay or nay. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not though.
Oh, yes, it is.
No, it is not. They can easily extend that past January, depending on if the case. By January, they should have a trial date, but they can easily extend that past January, man.
If these boys come in January, it's gonna be yeah or nay, and when them boys say yay,
but it's not.
They're out in the free world.
It's not though.
They're out in the free world.
Like okay, for instance.
Oh man, don't get listen.
For
to me.
Instance,
listen to me. We got paid ass trying to do their thing on Live Legit. What is going on with these folk here?
For instance,
y'all gotta cash out. What you was saying, Slambo? Well, we got multiple ads trying to pay.
We gonna stop it?
I mean, that's one. We gotta do another one. We got multiple ads trying to pay, but you gotta cash out.
All right.
He lost his train of thought. He don't know.
Yeah,
cause he in the. You don't do this. You don't live this, my boy. You don't know. You just talking. It gotta be in you and not on you, my boy.
Okay, long enough on that. I'm tired of talking about them. That's like the 18th time.
Free YSL. I'm not.
Moving on, man. I want to shout out my girl. Sandra Douglas Morgan, man. She has become the first black woman to become team president of a NFL football team. Shouts out to Sandra Douglas Morgan, man. She's now the president of the Las Vegas Raiders, which is huge. 2-Cup, got any thoughts on that?
Man, shout out to her. Shout out to all black women that's recently has filled a top-notch position within their industry.
That's huge, man. And what I like about it, she black. Like, that girl black. Like, she ain't.
I mean, no. When he say black, y'all, she's black, corporate black. When you got to go up against that, because they ain't Keisha from the West Side.
No, but what I mean, like, she ain't like black and mixed with Indian.
Oh, she all the way 100% black.
Like, this lady black.
You
know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about black like
so
us. Like,
shouts out to her, man.
But shout out to Lil' Mama, you know what I'm saying? Got a nice little caramel, you know what I'm saying? So she's the president
of the Las Vegas Raiders, which is huge, man. The Raiders has been through turmoil over the last 50 years.
Now, do you have a backstory though? Like, no hate, no shade. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you, baby girl. But I just want to know, like, did she come out the street with it? You know
Legit, I don't know anything about her. I can Google it.
Was it passed down to her?
I don't know anything about her, but I just know that she is the first.
Either way, we happy for you.
However you got there. I don't care if your daddy was the president at first, but you got it. So you're the first black woman to become president, man. One day they gonna start letting out queens start running things. You know what I'm saying?
First it starts with the NFL. Then it goes to the White House.
And then, but well, I mean, they already got the White House. We already there in the White House.
Yeah, first lady, but I'm talking about the actual president.
No, I mean the vice is a black woman.
Yeah, I'm talking about not the vice. I'm talking about no word before or after president. You did.
Yeah, I want to say something, but I don't want to. I don't.
We don't say it, baby. We right here on legit. We don't hold back. We don't hold back.
Because I got a life outside this podcast. I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
We all do.
Man, if you don't stop these doggone ads, man.
They trying to pay us, bro. They trying to pay us.
Mute the whole computer.
They trying to pay us, man. But they can't. Hey, listen, man. Just listen. Listen, man. Go to www.livelegit.com, man. We got you. Go ahead, my boy.
All I'm saying is, shouts out to her. And I also want to shout out Simone Biles, man. Simone Biles, she's the youngest person, not the youngest person, the youngest black woman, I believe, to win the Presidential Medal of Freedom. So I want to shout out Simone Biles, the gymnast, first of all, phenomenal gymnast, one of the greatest we've ever seen. And then, you know, she went through all the Larry Nassar stuff, you know what I'm saying, the sexual abuse stuff, and so she overcame all of that and still became an Olympic champion. And if anyone deserves the Presidential Medal of Freedom, it is our sister Simone Biles. So
shout out to the girl Richardson too. They tried to ban off the gas. She came back and won the race. You did.
Unpopular opinion.
In real life.
You ready for it?
Who? Yo.
Unpopular opinion. Nah, I ain't gonna do it.
See, man, listen, man. I stand on what I walk on.
I wanted to,
walk on what I talk
I ain't
on.
gonna do it, man.
What I walk on.
I ain't gonna do it. But speaking of,
I'm gonna do it.
Phenomenal black athletes, we've got to mention our girl.
Hey, man, shout out to Brittney Griner, man. Shout out to Brittney Griner, BG, free ye. When I say ye, I'm talking about all of us. You feel me? That's rightfully supposed to be free. Hey, bro, let me ask you something. Sure. What's the price of freedom? You'll never know if you never had it taken away from you. What's the price of freedom?
Our ancestors proved that death can be the price of freedom.
No, the price of freedom, the correct answer is everything. Everything.
Sounds like death to me.
Everything. Because just like you got death.
Sounds like death to me.
Just like you got death, guess what you got? Life. Outside.
But when your life ends, that becomes death. That can be something.
But you can be free. Yeah, you can be free and still die.
Yeah, but if you spend your whole life fighting for freedom and then you die, that's everything, and that's also death. I'm not wrong. We can agree to just
No,
be
I'm not.
different.
I'm not saying you're not
So
wrong,
I'm just saying,
but
death and everything kind of ties into the same thing.
well, BG, I don't know what the man talking about. BG ain't finna die in prison, so
I don't want her to die in prison.
The freedom
shouts
is
out
everything, and we need my girl out. And
to
listen,
Brittney Griner, she pleaded guilty this week on drug trafficking charges in Russia. She's facing up to 30 years in prison for this charge. Now, there's a caveat to this, because the United States is currently holding a Russian arms dealer in prison. So Russia is trying to negotiate his release for Brittney Griner's release. Now, I don't know if that's a deal that the United States government is willing to take. That's not my side of studies. I don't.
well, it is my size of study. So check this out. Brittney Griner had went on to tell the judge, "I like to plead guilty, Your Honor, but there was no intent. I did not want to break the law." That's what Griner told the judge, Judge English. Now, she can face up to 10 years
I read 30.
if convicted. 10. I don't know why y'all trying to put all the time on my girl. 10, my friend. But, however, she did a plea. So who's to say that it might not be? Because you do know when you get locked up before you get charged, all that time is granted.
In the United States.
Who's to,
That's the part.
Wait.
Everybody keep trying to apply United States code to Russia.
Okay, so do you know the Russian law?
I don't.
Okay, so who's to say that it's not going to apply?
I know it's Vladimir Putin and it's Russia.
Okay,
I trust
man.
nothing
Once
about
again,
Russia,
this is the same
man.
thing that the prosecutor default just be saying stuff without
just
substantial
saying.
evidence. You gotta have substantial evidence.
All I'm saying is, all week I've been saying people say, man, it's just a vape cartridge. And, how can they can't give her that much time for weed, it's just weed, which is true in the United States of America. So the problem with what Brittney Griner is facing is you're dealing with international law. And it's not just so like the codes and the rules that we conduct ourselves by here in the United States don't quite apply, especially when you're dealing with a country like Russia.
Let's say
if she was in England, or if she was in Germany, even Germany or South Korea, it'd be like, okay, let's figure something out. They're number one, they're allies. Number two, they run off democracies, well, minus England. They're weird with the Queen, but for the most part, they conduct themselves the way that we conduct ourselves. But when you're dealing with a country like Russia,
he's speaking of anarchy, guys,
who is under a dictatorship with Putin. They can call him the president all they want to. He's a dictator. And that is, number one, that hates America, right? So the way that Vladimir Putin is probably looking at this is, we have a United States basketball star in our custody. Now we can negotiate. We can get something we want. That's what
I'm saying. What y'all want, though, cuz?
That's
what y'all want, though, my boy? Since you thinking like him, what y'all want?
They're fighting to get the arms dealer free. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know what the government's thought is on that. How big of a deal is this arms dealer that they want free? What was he trying to do when they caught him? What was his whole?
Do y'all see how sad
thing?
this is?
So,
this has nothing to do while the mama's being locked up.
No, hold on, no.
Crazy.
I don't know what the government's thought process is on that. But hopefully, because we just got a prisoner of war freed from Russia. They made a deal, brought him back. I think he had been there like 7 or 8 years. So hopefully that's not Brittney Griner's plight. Hopefully they can bring her on home, man, get her out of there. And I pray she never goes back. Don't go back. Of all countries you can play basketball for, why Russia? Don't go back. Don't go back to Russia. Go play for, Venezuela or something. Go play for somebody else. But stay out of Russia once you get out of this mess. Free my girl. Hope she come on.
Dang, dog, that crazy. The Russia could have been giving her the biggest bag. Little do we know.
But it's not. Is it truly worth it though?
I mean, it could have been if she wouldn't took what she took.
I mean, but it's not worth it though. Especially if you.
Because you got to think, nobody talk about how many times they go and went back and forth to Russia.
Right.
It just did one trip.
But every time you do it, it's a risk. So if you know you enjoy smoking weed, go somewhere that's weed friendly.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, because it's not worth the risk. That's like if weed is legal in Georgia and it's illegal in Alabama. Every time you cross that border, you taking a risk, man. Just stay somewhere that's weed friendly.
Yeah.
And just keep them moving.
Shout out to my mail though. He told the chefs, you know what I'm saying, don't lock these folk up for no blunt, man. And if anything, get it out the car, throw it away, and tell these folk good day. Shout out to my mail.
Once again, that's in America.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who's to know that, once again, we just can't leave off like Russia. We got this substantial evidence that this is their law. No. The tongue is powerful.
No,
so I'm going to say that maybe or maybe not, their rules are like America. We're going to speak into fruition that it is. So time served will be granted off the sentence, if a sentence. Free BG. Straight up.
You feel powerful about that, man? You good?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, Trick Day to put his foot in his mouth again this week.
Oh, man. Last time we had said Bia can't sing.
You do you. She does her thing. Right?
And leave it like that.
So you just want to just stay married?
She going to hell with me. That's adultery.
God damn, Trick.
That's adultery.
I don't
Lord
understand
have
it.
mercy.
Well, I know. But I allow her to date.
Okay.
But now I need to start evaluating these dudes who you mess with, because these is my boyfriends and husbands-in-law. I'm your boyfriend. I'm his husband-in-law.
I got a boyfriend-in-law. That's crazy.
Because that's my wife. Boyfriend.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's
yeah.
my boyfriend-in-law. And I'm his girlfriend husband, so I'm his husband-in-law. And we need to get along. You need to take care of my wife. They need to do what they need to do. Mm-hmm. That's just like that's just like I'm messing with a married woman.
Mm-hmm. Now, why would you do that, Trick?
I would do that because they do that. They did it to me too. But listen, I would do. That's why I'm messing with a married.
All right, man. So basically, y'all heard it, man. So Trick Dad and his wife Joy Young have been separated for some time, but the two have yet to sign divorce papers. Trick revealed to Angela Yee and Charlamagne the God that he has no plans on getting divorced, and he would rather allow his wife to date other people than to end their union. Thoughts, 2 Cup?
Hold up now, B. My boy got Lamont by the leash.
I don't think it's more so like he got her by the leash.
I feel like, because think about,
I feel like it's the reverse.
Hold up. Listen to me. Listen to 2 Cup.
Go
You asked me.
ahead.
Now listen.
Shoot it.
They got the new leashes out, my boy. Have you seen the new leashes?
Nope.
The ones where it's a retractor. You haven't? You
Oh,
got a dog?
yeah,
You got a dog? How the hell? All right. So you know how when y'all do on y'all little thing, the little retractor thing, y'all allow them to go so far. Mm-hmm. The either one or two things, y'all can stop them or the retractor can stop them, right?
Righteous.
So it sound like my boy Trick Daddy got La Mama on a retractor because the end goal is to sign these divorce papers. But my boy still got the collar around her neck right here. And he's allowing her to date. So he said, hey, you can retract. But that a little bit too much. Asking me to sign that paperwork.
So
I bring it back.
What I'm gathering is you think this is like player. You think like he in control of this whole situation.
Well, B, let me ask you something. Not only Trick Daddy, but what husband that's been asked for a divorce but don't want to sign the divorce paper? What is the logic? What is the end game? What is the purpose? What do you think, my boy?
Look, I rarely cuss on this podcast. I really do. I try not to, but I gotta say those one. This some sucker shit, bro.
It's on what? Say it again, because you rarely ever say it.
You gonna make me say it again? I'll say it again. This is some sucker shit.
No.
I feel like, man, first of all, if she's asking you for a divorce, man, get a girl a divorce, bro. Like, let her go. Number 2, so then he said that's my husband-in-law. Bro, do you know how crazy you sound?
No, not really.
Man, get out of here, bro. That's not player at all, bro. That's sucker. You a sucker. A simp, if you will.
He might be paying the bills.
Tell him I said it. I said it. Trick.
What it called again?
He's a trick.
No, I'm saying.
He is exactly what his name is.
Exactly. Why I'm saying, what you had called cuz the who?
He said his estranged wife's boyfriend is his husband-in-law.
Yeah, the husband-in-law might be paying the bills for the household.
Bro,
he might be paying the bills for
that
all
sucker,
of us.
Dog. That sucker all day, man. Forget that. I can't respect it, man. Get that lady the divorce she asking for and keep it moving, man. What if she want to get married again?
She can't. Remember the retract and the leash I was talking about? You got a dog.
Oh, no, she can always, they can always push a divorce through if need be.
Oh, how that work?
Bro, you like if you file for divorce and then your spouse is refusing, if she can bring enough stuff to the judge,
Hold on, wait, cause we make it make sense. I'm talking about the S in the C, fettuccine. What is enough stuff?
I am not.
We need a substantial, my boy. We need a substantial.
I am not a professional in that aspect of life, but I do know, for extreme stuff, abuse, your spouse is in prison, stuff like that. But but if they're just avoiding you, or they refuse, if she can bring it up, probably got to bring text messages and stuff like that into court, and the judge he can grant the divorce even without their signature. Like that can happen. So I don't know the whole situation. I really don't care. Why is Trick Daddy even in the news?
Hey, shout out my boy Trick Daddy.
I think that's not player at all. I think it's some simp stuff, and it makes no sense.
Hey, but look though, like, okay, if that is a outlet, you got to think and ask yourself this, my boy. Like, you got to start looking at this thing, not half ball, but the full ball, not the half glass, but the full glass. If you said there's other options that I'm uneducated on, because I've never been married, divorced, none of that, I'm trying, once again, make it make sense. If you say that there's other options,
right.
Why Lil Mama, a.k.a. Joy, haven't pursued with these options?
Probably just trying to keep down fuss and confusion. She's probably not tripping because she's probably not looking to get married. Clearly, she's dating and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she's probably not even tripping.
I would guess at that time,
if her boyfriend proposes, then it's going to be like, all right, dog, I ain't playing no more. You finna sign these divorce. I ain't signing nothing. Then she can start taking other steps to try to push it through. You know what I'm saying? But right now, she's probably not tripping because she's just dating. She don't care about him. She focused on her man over there. But the minute things turn, and who knows, at their age, who knows, she may not ever plan on getting married again. The guy she dating probably don't want to get married again. And they may live like that for the rest of their lives. But if that ever changes, or if something, financial happen, that she's just like, yeah, I don't need to be tied to Trick Daddy anymore. You know what I'm saying? I need to get away from this because I just became a millionaire. I don't want him to have access to my funds. She can force a divorce through. Now, that would be a bad situation because then if you become a millionaire, now you're trying to force a divorce through. Judgment be like, well, let's review these funds a little bit, Sir Tricker of Daddies, he is, entitled to this much amount of money. So it can all be tricky, man. That's why you know what I'm saying? Even if the relationship failed, man, fall in love with somebody whom you truly love.
That marriage supposed to get tricky.
Even if it goes bad, you still have that person's best interest at heart, and they still have yours at heart. That's all I'm gonna say. But Trick Daddy, can't support that. I think that's stupid, and that makes you look utterly stupid.
My advice, guys, is become best friends first. Because if it escalate beyond best friends,
right,
and everything, the overhead, meaning relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, husband, wife, if the overhead and the overage has been deaded, let's at least go back to our core value, which is best friends.
Right.
That's how you can never go wrong.
Right. I agree.
Feel me?
I agree.
It started with the seed, the rock. I'm talking about the foundation.
I wholeheartily agree with that.
The root. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to both parties, man. Shout out to my boy Trick Daddy. Shout out to my boy. Goddamn, I'm gonna say, boy, girl, you're beautiful. Shout out to my girl Joy. Hey, man, say what would have you? So it's obvious you would have just signed the papers.
Yeah, sign the paper. Let that lady be free. Man.
Okay, now what if the mama didn't want to sign the papers? And you telling her to sign the papers? Ha!
Then at that point, I got to deal with my options from that point going forward. But
what if you still want, like, you got a love for Lil Mama, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't the marriage love, but it's like, I still want
if y'all have made it to this point to where y'all are saying it's time to divorce and y'all have been separated for a while, you can still have love for that person and not want to be with that person. That's totally possible. I think most people who have been married before still carries around, you know, it's just like, I was with this person. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna say you have love for that person. You ain't gonna love that
You're not
person,
in love with that person.
but it's like a baby mama. They gonna always carry a part of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you spent time with that person, and that ain't even about marriage. That's just people in relationships. Like if you was in a relationship long enough, that person is gonna still always have a part of you because you was with them for so long.
I disagree.
So
I disagree with that part,
but if I want a divorce, she don't want a divorce, right? I got to deal with the options that's laid out in front of me. Especially if I'm ready to propose to someone new. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't be married to her and marry someone else. So now it's time for me to,
legally you can't.
Lil Mama.
About that time for the
sign these papers, dog.
I gotta, you know what I'm saying? The new wife, she's just going stupid.
Finna get married again. Need you to sign these. I ain't signing that. All right, then I consult with my attorney. What's our options from here? Okay, well, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, sign this petition, do that. Let's make it happen. And then next thing you know, she'll get served some papers. She read them papers.
Are we dropping gems on Live Legit? Are we dropping gems? We letting the people know that there is a way. So don't let these folks say there is not a way. Because there's a way.
There's a million ways to skin a cat.
Hey, man, there's a way out of nowhere. You dig?
He's that. And by he ain't talking about the man on the floor above us. I'm talking about the man all the way at the top. You know what I'm saying?
Big God.
Big God.
I can keep going. Big God.
Big God.
Amen. Amen. Another beautiful episode, my boy.
Yes,
I'm going to catch up with you next week for another good one right here. But please, reiterate. Let me double back.
Right.
I got stuck. Okay, got time.
Go my hand, man.
B, where can they find us at, my boy?
Hey, man, you can find us Live Legit on Facebook, Live_Legit on Twitter, and Live Legit Co. Instagram. Hey, while we're here, July 21st, what are you doing? If you ain't at the vote at 7 o'clock, what are you doing? What is your purpose?
But
I mean, come, what, you and rock with us for a whole hour and you ain't gonna show up to see us kick out stuff live? Like, dog, what's going on, man? We finna go
stupid.
You gonna get the best of him in live. Let y'all in on a little secret, right? 3 cameras set up right here, right? It's a lot of movie magic that happens within this podcast. A lot of times we record for 2 hours, right? Then we go through it and we chop out and we cut out a whole bunch of foolishness, right? Ain't gonna be no cutout, dog. We just finna sit up there and just talk. We finna go crazy. We gonna be doing a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff, man. You gonna get us 3 dope queens in that thing talking foolishness. I know if y'all done checked us out, y'all done checked them out. They stupid. You gonna get Red Royalty performing live. Y'all saw her last week on the show, right? You gonna get Detroit Reed kicking his stuff live at the vault, baby. And the best part of all of this 2 cup is 100% free. Come in, buy a drink, dog. We ain't even charging
2 drink minimum, man.
That's it, man.
2 cup shot minimum. It's a 2 cup shot minimum.
You can buy a couple of drinks, dog. It ain't that big of a deal. I want to see y'all July 21st at the vault, 7 p.m. Come kick it with your boys, baby. We gonna be out.
Hey, man, and it's straight like that. It's
Yes,
up
sir.
and it's stuck and it's a whole lot of big God.
Whole lot of big guys.
Another episode of Live Legit. 2 cup Charlie Q Smith is himself.
You got stuck again.
And your boy.
Always your boy B.
We'll see you on the 21st.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's a wrap.
Man, look at man. Y'all sitting here watching these videos. So you know what? Why you just click on one of these other 2 or 3 that's sitting here waiting on y'all to click on and go and get in the next thing? Get busy. Function with your people. Lively legit. You know what it is.